joining us. I am Rita Omodia. We begin the story here where President Muhammadu Buhari says all those found culpable in the Osborne Towers scandal will be made to account and appropriately sanctioned. Receiving a report of the panel established to review the operational, technical and administrative structure of the National Intelligence Agency (NIA), President Buhari described the discovery of monies in the flat at Osborne Towers, Ikoyi, Lagos in April this year as an unfortunate incident which rightly aroused public interest and outcry. The president said all the circumstances surrounding the obtaining, keeping custody and disbursement of the funds have been examined by the Vice President's committee, and all those found to be culpable will be made to account and appropriately sanctioned. He, however, said the sanctions cannot be done in a manner that jeopardizes national security or exposes the operations of any intelligence agency, which must by nature be conducted in secrecy. In the meantime, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says the $1 billion donated to the security agencies by the National Economic Council will help in scaling up Nigeria's security architecture. Professor Osinbajo made the disclosure at the retreat of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation with Secretaries to State Government held at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, Tuesday. He said release of the fund will help government address challenges of kidnappings, robbery, and the Boko Haram insurgency. Our correspondent, Nabuchi Okim Nabuchi, sent in the report.
Secretaries to state government and other government functionaries at the banquet hall of the Presidential Villa. They have gathered to discuss ways to improve synergy between the federal and state governments for the betterment of the country. Issues of exclusive and concurrent lists, as well as differences in perception of true federalism, among other divisive issues, have recently threatened the smooth relationship between the tiers of government. The retreat is, however, seeking to address these issues and smoothen federal and state governments' bureaucratic relations.
This retreat is aimed at creating a forum where we can better achieve the balance that allows for full, effective, and efficient function of the state structure for the good of all.
The FCT minister corroborated the position of the SGF, saying the retreats will encourage better understanding of the federal government by the state bureaucracy.
Clearly indicated, no matter what efforts we do at the national level, as long as this does not trickle down at the subnational level, then all the efforts will not be achieved.
The event also availed government the opportunity to explain the release of $1 billion from the excess crude account for security purposes. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo said the amount is the state's contribution to further degrade Boko Haram and strengthen the country's security system.
Is that it was on account of the Security Summit that the governors at the Governors Forum subsequently decided that they would vote a certain sum of money, which has become somewhat controversial, the $1 billion, to assist the security architecture of the country. Now, it was to assist all of the issues, including policing in the states, community policing, all of the different security challenges that we had.
Secretaries of the 36 state governments attended the event, which had the theme, Intergovernmental Relations for Good Governance and National Security.
Now, on the other hand, Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose has gone to court to challenge the disbursement of $1 billion from the excess crude account in support of the federal government's war against Boko Haram. Addressing the journalists after an emergency meeting of the Nigerian Governors Forum in Abuja Tuesday, Fayose said the funds belong to all the states and should be given to them to address challenges peculiar to them. Fayose said he needs the money to address hunger in the state. Although it was a general expectation that the meeting will address controversies raised by the Just Release Fund to address security challenges, the governors rather came out with resolutions on constitutional amendments and their approach to it.
We, the governors of 36 states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, under the platform of Nigerian Governors Forum, NGF, and the speakers of House of Assemblies, under the offices of Conference of Speakers, at the end of a consultative meeting regarding the ongoing effort to amend the certain section of the Constitution, certain section of the 1999 Constitution resolved as follows. The meeting agreed to approach this amendment with maturity and the future of our democracy at the back of our mind.
Ekiti State Governor made clarifications on the decision to challenge federal government's decision to use the money for war against insurgency in the Northeast. He said he approached the court for pronouncement on the sharing formula of accruals to the federal account among the state. Some governors, however, did not agree with the Ekiti State Governor.
All accruals to the federal account must be shared by all 3 tiers of government. And for me to get justice, I have to go to court, and I've gone to court.
So what was the consensus here when you mentioned?
Well, this issue was not discussed today. Not discussed today at all. But for me, I've taken appropriate steps because the money belongs to Ekiti people, not for any other use. And I'm not going to accept it.
Gentlemen, this is democracy. Gentlemen, this is democracy. Each and every person has his own way or how he looks at the things, and you cannot stop him from the agitation. One, Nigerian Governors Forum discussed this issue on our November meeting, and we agree collectively across the party that this thing has been done in 2014. $2 billion has been taken under the agreement with the governors. And at that time, Apabio, governor of Akwa Ibom, he's the one who raised this issue. So therefore, we realize there's still issue of this procurement of equipment to the military. So we cannot compromise the issue of insecurity and the issue of security. So therefore, now, understanding we don't have much funds in that account, we said as governors, we agree to take a decision, we're taking this decision to forfeit $1 billion out of our own money states.
Moving on, lawmaker representing Kogi East Senatorial District, Aitai Akodo, has dismissed as fake news media report of a Court of Appeal decision sitting in Abuja declaring his seat vacant. Speaking on the point of order during Tuesday's plenary at the Senate chamber, Senator Aidoko said that what panned out on Tuesday at the appellate court was grossly misunderstood and misreported by the media.
The Court of Appeal said that the requirement that is met for reference, that we have not met the requirement. Therefore, we should go back to the Court of Appeal, the Federal Court, to continue the trial, which has been on since June. So there was nothing in the decision yesterday. There was no even question of who is the candidate or not. It was either went for the court to explain to us the effect of their earlier decision with what is going on in the federal and they say we should go back.
Speaking on the issue, Senate President Bukola Saraki called for restraints by the social and mainstream media in the approach of news stories to check avoidable controversies that may arise from publishing unverified news items.
Organizations of some of these organizations must play their role to ensure, because their role is so important in the sustainment of democracy, so that they ensure that this fake news do not continue to carry the day.
The said controversial news borders on the appellate court's decision, which holds that its earlier judgment, which nullified ex-Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Isaac Alpha's election and installed Aidoko, was given in error, and said that the Kogi East senatorial seat now remains vacant until the Federal High Court in Abuja determines the true candidate of the PDP for the election held on July 24, 2016. And away from that, the senator representing Bayelsa East Senatorial District in the National Assembly, Senator Ben Mori Bruce, has berated the APC-led federal government over what he described as a non-execution of capital projects in the 2017 budget. He made the remarks in Yenagoa, the state capital, while presenting his midterm report to his constituents. The senator spoke on the absence of government in Bayelsa State through project execution. And now more stories coming up after this break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Galaxy TV News. For more updates and latest news, log on to our website, www.galaxytvonline.com, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GalaxyTV Nigeria. You can also follow and interact with us via our Facebook page, facebook.com/GalaxyTV, or tweet at GalaxyTV. Don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at @OfficialGalaxyTV. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live update and comments. And still on the news, the senator representing Bayelsa East Senatorial District at the National Assembly, Senator Ben Mori Bruce, had berated the APC-led federal government over what he described as a non-execution of capital projects in the 2017 budget. He made the remarks in Yenagoa, the state capital, while presenting his midterm report to his constituents. The senator who spoke on the absence of government in Bayelsa State through project execution.
They, as of the time we left the Senate 2 weeks ago, they had not executed 15% of capital projects. 15. They gave us a road, a Kasa Ring Road. For me, 100 million naira. Just 100 million naira. They've not paid for it. Ogbia, NDDC, 285 million naira for a road there. Not a penny has been released.
Speaking further, he stressed that Bayelsa has the most cases of abandoned projects in the country, while the chairman Bayelsa East Restoration Caucus called on stakeholders to work together.
Thank me for producing 10% of the wealth of Nigeria is not to give me a borehole. Solar panel, is that how to thank me? And then you use my money to develop other parts of the country? Is that how to thank me?
All of the people of Bayelsa in close ranks. Let us work as one people. Let us think as one people so that at the end of the day, we are not left behind in this country.
And now the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Uche Secondus, has called on aggrieved past chairmen and leaders of the party to sheath their sword and work in unity to form a common ground ahead of the 2019 general elections. Chief Secondus made the appeal when past chairman of the party paid him and the newly elected executives a courtesy visit in Abuja Tuesday. The new opposition party chairman said his administration will not give room for intimidation and imposition of candidates in the party.
On a daily basis, we'll be calling on you individually and collectively to receive words of wisdom. You have been there before. You know it better than what we know. And so we will be relying and depending on your advice how to move this party forward. Collective leadership is one way that will make us achieve success.
PDP former chairman Ahmadu Ali, who spoke on behalf of the past chairman, said the party made the right choice in electing Secondus and other executives to lead the party. Other former chairmen of the party who attended the event include Chief Okwesili Ezenwodo and Alhaji Aliru Bello Mohammed.
Mr. Chairman, thank you, sir. Congratulations on behalf of all the former chairmen of the party.
And now the Babagana Kinimbe Committee, appointed by President Muhammadu Buhari to monitor activities of the National Intelligence Agency, NIA, has submitted its report. The former secretary to the government of the Federation, who was accompanied by other members of his committee, submitted their report to the president at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, Tuesday. Kingibe expressed optimism that government will find the committee's recommendations useful. He also appreciated the president for finding the committee worthy of such assignment.
Trailed the NIA in April this year. You impaneled us and gave us the task of reviewing the operational, technical, and administrative aspects of the agency and make recommendations on how to make it more effective.
The committee was constituted in April 2017 to review activities of NIA after its former Director General Ayoke claimed ownership of the recovered $43 million stashed in an Ikoyi private apartment. Other members of the three-man committee include Alhaji Zakari Ibrahim and Niyi Oladeji. And away from that, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on Tuesday stopped the Enugu residence of the CEO of Innocent Vehicle Manufacturing Company, Innocent Chukuma. According to his media assistant, Cornel Osigwe, who disclosed the information, the anti-graft agency bundled the business mogul to Lagos without any prior invitation. In his view, the media aide revealed that the arrest of his boss was in connection with his case with a certain Nigerian bank. However, in a bid to express their dissatisfaction, hundreds of factory workers from Innocent Factory, Emene, Enugu, and Nnewi, Anambra State have protested what they call illegal arrest by the EFCC. They demand that due process be followed in dealing with diplomatic issues. And away from that, pensioners in the defunct Nigerian Airways occupied the premises of the Ministry of Finance today, demanding payment of their pension arrears. The agitation followed recent approval of 45 billion naira by the Federal Executive Council. Carrying placards with different inscriptions, the pensioners lamented alleged nonchalant attitude of the Minister of Finance to their plight. According to them, the agitation had lasted for 14 years with no payment. Instead, only 5 years of pension had been paid out of 25 years agreed with government in 2006. And now back here in Lagos, the state governor Akinwumi Ambode on Tuesday released 12 inmates of the Kirikiri Maximum Security Prison, Apapa, in furtherance of the law establishing the State Advisory Council on Prerogative of Mercy. The inmates have spent between 34 and 20 years in prison and were released having satisfied basic conditions such as remorse, good behavior, and readiness to contribute meaningfully to the society. Speaking while handing over the release order from the governor to the Lagos Prisons Command, Chairman of the State Advisory Council on Prerogative of Mercy, Professor Yelowo Oyewo, said the release of the inmates was in line with the commitment of the present administration in the state to the ideals of the justice sector reforms through prison decongestion and in pursuant of the provisions of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which empowered the governor to exercise his prerogative of mercy.
To make sure that prisoners are reformed, and the reform involves training. Some of these people are enrolled in the open university system. They do school start, they acquire skills as carpenters. They are also civil society, organizations that complement the efforts of the prison.
In his remarks, Controller of Prisons Lagos Command, Tunde Ladipo, commended Governor Ambode for his commitment to justice sector reforms and prison decongestion, saying the release of the inmates had brought hope to them. He also urged the governor to come to the aid of Lagos Prisons Command in area of logistics, construction of security tower, procurement of CCTV cameras, among others.
In the area of reform, for example, in Lagos State Command, we've been able to reform quite a number of them, despite the challenges, despite the fact that we have congestion.
On our next story, a Nigerian civic organization, Project Enable, has set up a digital hub with the support of the United States Government Alumni Engagement Innovation Fund and the U.S. Consul General Lagos Small Grant Award for persons living with disabilities. Speaking in at the opening of the digital hub, founder of Project Enable, Olushola Owonikoko, said the project seeks to promote the empowerment and social inclusion for people living with disabilities.
The primary aim of that is to provide institutional support for the community of persons with disabilities towards strengthening the leadership and helping to put an organizational development strategy together. And in January to March, we'll be training 20 young persons with disabilities who we have selected as fellows of this program to gain ICT skills and also access opportunities. And then from there on, we'll support them to start their ICT-based business, and also we'll work towards getting internship for some of them who might be interested in working within or existing institution.
The chairperson, Lagos State George National Association of Persons Living with Disability, Adedoyin Biyoko Alashe, lauded the U.S. Acting Consul General for their support towards the project. Adedoyin said the move would further help improve the lives of people with disabilities by making them computer literate and gaining social acceptance, among others.
In digital age, it is very essential for people with disabilities to be equipped with ICT knowledge for the purpose of awareness, enterprising, and knowledge sharing. This initiative will surely go a long way in making our society more inclusive. On behalf of Jonah in Lagos, I promise to give all necessary support towards the success of the project. Thank you all.
The Acting Consul General Darcy Zota, while declaring the digital hub open, expressed joy for the project launch. She said the United States government is posed on supporting technological development in Nigeria, adding that 20 persons would be trained.
Through this technology and entrepreneurship hub, over 250 people, as you mentioned, will have free access to inclusive technology. And as you mentioned, 20 young people are going to be trained. We know that those 20 young people will then be able to join the mainstream, find jobs, and be included.
More stories after this break. Do stay tuned.